Yo, what is up, you guys? I'm DeAndre,
Javante.
and this is Dre and Jay, and today we have another review to do for you guys. This one is for The Harder They Fall, a Netflix Western film, black Western film, I may add, directed by James Samuel, he's actually he does directs a lot of music videos and things like that. So this is actually his first one of his first big budget movies. And I thought he did a really good job. I mean, I think one thing I'll point out, I think the soundtrack was amazing. It really meshed well with a lot of the cinematography that the movie had. And, I got to give shout out to a lot of the performances. The cast was great. Two great performances that I thought were amazing were Jonathan Majors, I thought, was one, and Lakeith Stanfield was the other. Idris Elba was good as well, but just seeing him play that villain role, I've seen him before in that role, so I kind of I expected it coming out of him. But yeah, this movie, I mean, I liked it. I know there's people who compare it to Django and whatnot. I think they're two different movies. I mean, obviously, Django dealt with a lot more, especially slavery and whatnot, and I'm glad that this movie didn't delve into that, because it was kind of just, all right, let's fit into the Western. Let's not try to venture off too much into, too many topics or too many subjects. And a lot of the characters in this film actually were based off real characters in real life, although there were different versions of them. Like, I know Idris Elba played Rufus Buck, and that's not a real person, but it's based off the Rufus Buck gang, who, they were outlaws, I'm trying to think, 1800s or 1900s, and they ended up, I think all of them got hung at one point, but you know what I mean, is that a lot of the characters were based off characters in real life, although in the movie they weren't accurate depictions of them. I guess I'll say that. But yeah, I loved the movie. I thought the action was great. I thought the acting was great. The pacing felt right. It didn't seem too long. I think it was 2 hours and 30 minutes, but it didn't feel like that to me. But I enjoyed it. And Javante, I know he's probably going to say a lot, because he had this in his most anticipated films of 2021. Yep. So I'll let you get to it.
He said a lot of good points, man. He said a lot of good things. I'm glad it's not like Django. I'm glad we got to see black people, having their own towns and prospering on their own. I like seeing that. That was a different perspective. Ties on that slavery shit. So that was cool. As far as the characters, all the actors did a great job. I feel like everybody really bought into the role. I think that's just what happens when you have great actors all around. Everyone just steps their game up. So I think that was amazing. As far as the movie, I'm not really into westerns like that. Me personally, I'm not really into westerns too often. I seen a couple, but I'm not really into them. But it's a little bit different. Like, it's a western, but it has its own little swag to it. It's hard to really explain it. Just you gotta know, like, there's a certain swagger that comes when black people do certain things. You know what I mean? Just a certain swagger, and this film has that. And I really enjoyed that. The music I thought was great by Jay-Z and them. Music was outstanding. I feel like the music really did fit, and I feel like the music was a cool way to add that swagger, like I'm talking about, that swagger. It's a cool way to add it to the film. You know what I mean? It gives its own vibe, it's its own thing. It's not like a Clint Eastwood Western or like that. It's its own little thing. You know what I mean? So I think that was dope. As far as the story was unique. I thought it was cool. It was easy to follow, but also had its twists and turns in certain points and stuff like that, and things you didn't know or expect. And I like that. You know what I mean? And all the characters, honestly, I liked all. I didn't have no problem with all the characters. Besides Lakeith Stanfield, I thought Rufus Buck wasn't really a villain. He was a villain, but he didn't feel like a villain. Like, he had, you felt empathy. You saw the empathy in his eyes. You felt sympathy for him. You really saw that he was a broken man. And if you've seen the movie, you get probably a little bit more why he did some of the things he did. So for me personally, I like the film. I came into it when I heard about it. I saw the cast and I thought, I'm so sorry. I saw the cast. And I thought this should be a good film. Like I thought the cast like that. It's hard to make a bad movie when you have such great actors. But yeah, it was nice seeing black people in a different role and seeing them doing their own thing. And it's interesting because they go to that white bank, have to steal that money from the white folks and stuff like that. And they go up in there and like they're not looked down upon or anything like that in a way. Like they're seen like, oh, it's different because like, oh, black people in our town, it's kind of weird, but they're not looked down upon like, I mean, anything like that, degraded or anything like that. So I thought that was tight, and I just really enjoyed the movie. I thought it had a lot of just powerful moments for black people and seeing black people in powerful roles and stuff like that. I thought it was tight, and I know some people are really big into westerns, especially like black history and stuff like that, and they really enjoyed it. So I'm glad they did a great depiction for people. I'm glad it's getting the love and support it is. I did not see it in theaters. I saw it on Netflix, of course, but I'm glad it's doing well. I'm glad people are really talking about it. I hope we see more stories like this and more films like this with people of color. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah, and I definitely agree. I think obviously don't ask me a question of which one I think is better, Django or The Harder They Fall. They're two different movies again. Also, Django is more comedic. This movie is not. It has some moments, but it's not. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. If I had to give Harder They Fall a rating, I think I would probably give it an A in my review. So, yeah.
I give it a B+. I thought about an A. I'm just going to go B+. Just because B+. I could go A, but I'm going to go B+. Yeah, I'm going to go B+. I didn't like... There's certain things I didn't like certain characters I didn't like dying and shit like that, but... I'll get a B+ for me personally, but I really enjoyed it. I recommend it to anybody. It's probably still gonna be my top 10 list. If I had to do it again, it'll still be in there. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, what did you guys think of The Harder They Fall? Let us know your thoughts down below. If you haven't seen it, be sure to watch it. It's on Netflix as we speak. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and be sure to tune in for more. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And this is Dre and Jay. Deuces.
Take care, guys.